Is it just me, or do you find everybody is really pissed off and angry nowadays? Um, Ever since you know what happened a couple of years ago, it seems like people are really on edge. Welcome to another episode of Mindful Balance Pursuit, the podcast that serves as your compass to your journey on holistic well-being and mental strength. This podcast is all about balance of mind, body, spirit, finance. We're gonna dive in on everything just to have an overall healthy lifestyle. And that's something I've been pursuing the last 6 years, and it's been going really well. And I just want to share my journey with you guys and hopefully help some folks who might be on the same journey or starting out. And this podcast episode is just a little bit more of an observation I made. I was at the gym today, and I noticed people really on edge. Like, I was in a sauna after my workout, which that I normally do, and I just noticed that people are not as friendly as they used to be. Like, they're not really making eye contact. They're not looking up at you. There's not really as many like good morning, getting thrown around or anything like that. Used to be when you walked in, people would be like, "Oh, good morning. How are you doing?" And now it's just like everybody's got their heads down. And I was talking to an old guy, and he said, "Oh yeah, two guys just got into a scrap right in the sauna." And I'm like, "What? Like who? They're fighting in the sauna?" He says, "Yeah, like two guys. I go in the morning. This was in the afternoon, so I missed all the excitement. But like, oh yeah, two older guys, like in their 70s." I'm like, "Oh, I would have loved to have seen that. Like, somebody's gonna get hurt just because of their age. Somebody's gonna shove somebody, and then somebody's gonna crack a rib or something just because they're in their 70s, and they're arguing and fighting like they're in their 20s." And yeah, I just got back, so I'm rehydrating. This is just like literally 2 liters of Kool-Aid because I was in that sauna way too long. But the guy was telling me the story, so I couldn't leave. But yeah, so the sauna, it's like a 6 foot by 8 foot room. So the fact that two guys got into a scrap in such a small room is would have been something to see. But it's too bad I missed it. But yeah, and it's one guy tells another guy, "Quit putting so much water on the rocks, on the sauna rocks." And the other guy tells him to basically go fuck himself. And next thing you know, so, the guy shoves the guy, the guy who's putting on too much water, shoves the guy. And then that guy cracks him in the nose. And then somebody broke it up. And they both got banned for 3 months. So they can't go back to the gym for 3 months, which is so funny. It's like they're children and they're getting expelled from school. Like it. Sorry, can you guys hear this chair? I'm gonna check. Yeah, totally. But anyways, yeah, it's like they're kids and they're getting expelled from school. It's pretty ridiculous. And then I'm talking to the guy. He said, "Yeah, like that's insane. Like people are, especially in the gym. It seems like people are really on edge." And he says, "Yeah, and then 2 week or a week before that, not the same guys, but same age, like adult men, like in their 60s and 70s, were like this close to getting into a fight in the actual weight room." And but they didn't, and somebody told them to knock it off, and they did. But it's like, holy shit. It's like the stuff I'm seeing on Instagram and TikTok is happening in real life. Like it's happening in real life at like my local gym. Like we don't have the the issue of people videotaping themselves. I've actually videotaped myself at the gym to check on like my form and stuff, especially when I'm deadlifting, so I don't want to throw up my back. But like people videotaping themselves for social media and posting and stuff, that's not really a problem where I am. Also, too, though, I'm working out during the day when most people are at work or school, except for the retirees, and I'm working out with a bunch of old guys. So, but it's just so funny that it's the old guys that are causing all the issues at the gym right now. It's just, it's hilarious. And Yeah, so yeah, and the funniest thing is the guy's telling me a story about the sauna issue when he's just pouring the water on the rocks and he's like here, throw this on. And I look, it's that eucalyptus oil. He's like, it'll clear out our lungs. I'm like, okay, cool, because I'm pretty sure like I'm sick and I don't know what I have. But anyways, I'm trying to detox in the sauna, and we pour this thing on. It's like burning my eyes and burning my throat. It's eucalyptus. I put like 16 to 20 drops. He's like, oh yeah, you only need like 3 or 4 drops. I'm like, now you tell me, okay. It's like Vicks, it's just clearing me right out. But anyways, yeah, but it's just interesting, not just at the gym though. I'm noticing this at the grocery store too, and people are just like head down, not really interacting. Thank God people are still letting me cross the road without running me over or something like that. But um, we're still holding the door for one another. At least I am, anyways. So, but yeah, it's definitely a different vibe. It's definitely a different feel out there, and it's like um, ever since COVID ended, people are like grumpy. People are on edge. People are just like I think they're. It's almost like I don't know. It's like they're expecting round three of COVID, or four, and all the bullshit that came with it, all the social rules that happened with it, you know. And like I noticed too, people are still standing. Like I'll turn around at Shoppers Drug Mart, and people are like still standing like 8 feet behind me, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. The line is literally down to the door now because everyone's gapping out so far apart, and it's like, to each his own, I guess. But it's over, man. It's over, and we got to get back to it. And we got to get back to being kind to one another. We got to get back to just being like looking out for each other. You can't be accusing people. Oh, you think you own this gym? You think you own this place? And just like people have like they feel like something is owed to them. I think they got robbed of something and they are now owed something. That's like the feeling I'm getting. It's like, man, we gotta let it go. We gotta look out for our neighbors. Um, we got to say good morning to one another and start each other off. Like when you enter a room, like start each other off on the right vibe. If you're getting an oil change, you're waiting in the room and there's just some guy with like a mean mug look on his face, just throw him like a good morning and see what he does. He'll say good morning is what he'll do. And that's the thing is like we got to break people down. We got to we got to take their wall that everybody's putting up and just break it down, one brick at a time, one insecure brick at a time. So, but I don't know if you guys have realized this, but to me it just seems like, and in the grocery store too. Remember when we had to walk down the aisle in certain directions? I still have this like notion to like, okay, I got to start here and then just zigzag my way down the aisle, and instead of doing that random pattern that I normally do, just going all over the place. But yeah, we were, it's like we were dogs that got trained, and now we got to like untrain ourselves, and it's kind of difficult. But yeah, the kindness has to come back. The neighborliness needs to come back. The gym was packed today, absolutely packed. We're all sandwiched into this room together, and people are getting frustrated because a lot of machines are being used, and I guess they can't be creative enough to go lift some free weights or something, or kill time, or stretch or warm up doing something else. I don't know. I've never had an issue. I've never had an issue if a machine is being used. Um, and today there's a guy that's using like 3 machines at the same time. Like how? How are you doing that? And then somebody grabs the machine. It goes, hey, I'm using that. And the guy's like, oh, okay, well you're way the fuck over there. So, what do you mean you're using this? And like, so I'm watching him because I'm squatting on the squat rack, and I'm watching this guy, and he's bouncing between three machines doing three totally different workouts, and I'm just like, this guy's I can see through his shit. I It's not that he has no clue what he's doing. That's part of it, but what he's doing is he's bouncing around and he's fishing for trouble is what he's doing. He's working out and he's just waiting for some young kid to grab that machine so he can tell him, "Hey, I'm using that." And maybe that's my own like theory in my head, and that's not reality. But to me, like that's what it looks like. It looks like, when he's doing chest, and then he's on another machine doing shoulders, and then he's on a back machine. I'm like, okay, well, maybe maybe there's something there. Maybe there's a pattern there. I don't know, but to jump around from like do a set, do a set, do a set, it's like, you know what, dude? There's like 1,000 ways we can do this. There's a different 1,000 ways we can exercise, and I'm sure you could find a way that allows other people in the gym, the communal gym, to also be able to use machines. But yeah, anyways, but at the same time, I'm not making a scene about it. Because yeah, I'm not on edge like everybody else, but it just seems like I'm the only one in the world who's gotten over this mentally. I feel like I've been able to retain a lot of my patience through the pandemic, um, but it seems like a lot of people lost patience, and I understand why. Don't get me wrong, um, but it seems like they're not getting their patience back. So yeah, it's just interesting. We have to have resilience mentally. We have to have patience. We have to dip into our reserve patience tank and withdraw from that and just be mentally stronger for one another and for yourself. You know, it's good to work out physically. It's good to go to the gym and blow off steam, but you got to work on yourself mentally and emotionally just as much as physically. It's just as important. So I don't know. I guess today it's just an observation. I think it's just a nice reminder. Like, if you are going to the gym, what I would suggest you do, you walk into the room, you look at a guy, he's probably looks like he could eat you for breakfast, and he's got a mean mug on his face. Just look at him square in the eyes and say, "Good morning," and it'll just melt them. It melts them, and then their shoulders relax. They're like, "Good morning," and then it's if you do grab the the bench that he was using 45 minutes ago that he's still using, instead of it's a hey, I'm using that, it turns into a hey, I'm using that, or I'm still using that, but go ahead, do your set, and then I'll jump in and do my set or whatever. And it's just saying good morning is a pretty powerful thing. Could totally save a person's day. It definitely boosts your mood, being the one to say it. Obviously, if you are an evening gym goer, you can just say, "Hi, how are you?" or "Good evening." But yeah, "Hi, how are you?" "Hey, how's it going?" Um, it's pretty freaking simple. I mean, we got to break each other down. We gotta break down these walls. We got to help each other do it apparently because nobody seems to be doing it themselves. Nobody's looking in the mirror and saying, "Yeah, it's okay. Take a breath. It's over." Well, at least for now. Who knows? Who knows what they're gonna pull? But anyways, just a little reminder to be friendly to your neighbor, and it's good to be physically healthy, but we got to work on our spirits too. Spiritually, a lot of us need help. So that's it for me. Anyways, I'm gonna take my 2-liter jug of Kool-Aid. It's literally just orange Kool-Aid, and go rehydrate, get a bite to eat, and we'll see. I'm gonna try it tomorrow. I'm gonna break everyone down at the gym with smiles and kindness until they're like my best friend. I don't care. Screw them. I don't care if you're in a grumpy mood. Screw you. I'm gonna be your friend, whether you like it or not. My name's Tom. This is Mindful Balance Pursuit. Thanks for watching another episode. If you can't tell, I'm still. I don't know what's going on with me. Kool Aid doesn't seem to be helping, but I got that like 2-week cold, month long cold, maybe. hopefully by Christmas, I can start drinking Baileys again and getting back into the Christmas spirit, or getting into the Christmas spirit the way I want to. Um, I mean, what? Don't drink alcohol. It's not good for you. Anyways, I'm rambling on now. My name's Tom. This is Mindful Balance Pursuit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on another episode. Bye.